Well, g'day. I hope you're well, families. I miss you all lots, and I can't wait to see you all soon. I wonder if you've gotten to the point in your isolation where you've started baking. But there's something about baking, isn't there? Because this is flour, and I don't know if you've ever just had flour, but it's not very nice. And I don't know if you've ever had cocoa, but it's not very nice by itself either. Or whether maybe you've just drunk oil. It's not very nice either. Or maybe you've just eaten an egg. Just kidding. All these ingredients, they're not very nice. They don't seem to really make sense by themselves. And so it's weird when we chuck them all together that they actually turn into something really delicious. We're going to bake together now and think about how this interacts with what God does with us and all the events in our life, and how He can use some things that aren't very nice to do some really awesome things.
In darkness there's a light before me, and it drives away my fear. In the silence there's a voice that calls me, and it tells me you are near.
Well, it's been fun to think about today. Some things that can go wrong, some things that don't quite make sense, and how they can turn out really nice. That's what the story of Joseph is all about. And that's what I love about Genesis 50, chapter 20, one of my favourite verses, and becoming even more and more one of my favourite verses, because Joseph, after all that's happened in his life, hopefully you've read that story or you've watched it with me reading it, as he says to his brothers, you intended these things for evil, but God is using these things for good. And that's a bit of a reminder, something we see as we bake a cake, all these things that don't quite make sense, all these things that aren't very nice by themselves, but turn out in a really awesome finished product. And I can't wait to have a nice big piece of this delicious chocolate cake. Oh, still hot. It's so good. God bless, guys. Have a great time at church, and I love you lots.